On board of the Norwegian Prima, there are a ton of food options. We have a lot of included food and a lot of specialty dining. There are grab and go options, there are sit down options, and everything in between. So let's go talk about it. Hey everyone, Johnny from Byte Cruises. Welcome to our channel. If you're new here, travel agency here. We're trying to give you the best information possible about cruising so you can plan and go on an amazing cruise vacation. Today, all of the food on board Norwegian Prima. We're going to start off with included food, which means food that you don't have to pay for in your cruise fare. I like to call it free, but everybody gets super upset when you say free because you're paying for your cruise. It's not free, it's included. So we're going to talk about the included food. So when we talk about the included food, let's start off with the old favorite, the buffet. It is very, 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 very small on board of the Norwegian Prima. And that's for a specific reason. There are many more included food options, and one of them is the indulged food hall, which is also large, and that gives you a change of pace or something different. Look, I am not the biggest fan of the buffet, not because of the food, I always like to put the disclaimer there, but because of the people, touching things, norovirus, the whole 9 yards. So it doesn't bother me that the buffet is smaller. It does get a little bit weird if the weather's not nice because you lose a lot of the outdoor space of indulged food hall and even of the buffet. But the buffet, great options as normal with Norwegian. I do enjoy the food at their buffet. They do a good job of having a lot of Indian food, a lot of Asian food, and all of your standard food options that you would normally get for breakfast, lunch, and dinner. Next up, let's talk about the dining rooms. There are 2 dining rooms, just like most of the other Norwegian cruise ships. On a lot of the Breakaway Plus class ships, you have Taste and Savor, which are across from each other. And you basically, Norwegian included, it kind of originated and invented freestyle dining, which means you basically just show up whenever you want to eat. If it is busy, they will give you a little pager. You know the deal. So I liked Taste and Savor on the old ships, and some of them have the Manhattan room and some other fun options. However, here's the deal. Taste and Savor being right next to each other caused a little bottleneck during dinner time and breakfast, I always found. There's a little bar in between there, and I thought it really got crowded. So they fixed that, so to speak, on this newer class of ships. There are 2. One is called the Commodore room. That is a deck below Hudsons, which is your other included food dining room. Hudsons is on deck 7. It is in the aft of the ship and has beautiful floor-to-ceiling windows, and it's just a really breathtaking space. We did eat breakfast and dinner there. The food choices are very good. Standard Norwegian dinner choices. You have options every night. You can also eat in the main dining room and try some specialty dining food. I think sometimes people don't know that, but if you wanted just a taste of maybe something from Cagney's or something from one of the other restaurants, they do have some upgrades on the menu that you can look at, and maybe just grab a nicer steak one night if something's not appealing to you, but you don't want to make specialty dining reservations or spend a ton of extra money for everybody to go to specialty dining. So Hudson's beautiful, the Commodore room, a little more reserved, but nice as well. Both are very large, plenty of space. We never waited more than 2 minutes to sit down at any given time. Next up, let's talk about the aforementioned Indulge Food Hall. I happen to love the Indulge Food Hall. Let me stop. I love the concept of the Indulge Food Hall. And I'm hoping it's larger and just organized a little bit better on the Prima Plus class ships like Aqua and Luna. I'll be going on Aqua in a few months. But with Indulge Food Hall, it is basically a food truck concept on a cruise ship, which I love. You go in there, you sit down at a table, and you get a little iPad basically, and you order from all the different restaurants if you'd like. You can order tapas, which most of them are small plates, or you can order some larger entree-ish size items, but most of them are little tastes. You can order a few things for your table and try a little bit of everything. I do wish there was a little more organizational control here. It's kind of a free-for-all, and if you don't get there a little bit before it opens, you're really going to be out of luck, especially if the weather's not great. The indoor part of it is not really large, so it fills up very quickly. I do kind of wish they controlled it. I don't mean reservations or anything like that, because I like the idea that you could just kind of show up and grab some food. I wish they would actually seat you and have a little more control over it, but alas, that's not the way it works. It's very similar to the buffet, and it's, you know, kill or be killed there. So get there early if you want to try it. Next up, you have the Surfside Cafe and Grill. That's just an extension of the buffet. It's the Surfside Cafe and Grill is actually the buffet, and then there is a little outdoor portion of that as well. Just wanted to mention that along with that. Room service, of course, is included in your cruise fare. However, you do have to pay a fee for it. Last but not least, on included food is the local. I love the local. This is on the older ships, Oceans. I actually like the Oceans concept better, but I digress. The local is very large. There is a left side and a right side. The right side is a very sit-down, traditional local experience. Gets crowded, but it's open pretty much 20 hours a day-ish. It's 24 hours. They do close little spots here and there, so, you know, pretty much 20, let's say 23 hours a day. They do break it down and do some things. Breakfast, lunch, dinner, late night snacks, the whole 9 yards. The menu is kind of static there, but they have everything you really want for in a grab and go or a stop and eat place. You have sandwiches, hot dogs, burgers, chicken wings, pretzel bites, nachos, fish and chips. There's a Cuban sandwich. There's a bunch of things to eat there. You could find something that will scratch your itch. They have some desserts. You'll really enjoy the local. The left side of the local is a little swankier and fun. It's a little more like an upscale sports bar. You could sit down and grab some food there as well. Those are your included food options on board of the Prima. Now let's talk about specialty dining. Generally on a 7-day cruise, we will try all of the specialty dining on board a cruise ship. There are a ton of specialty dining options, and we just didn't have enough days on board. So we did eat at a few. Let's get into them. First up, let's talk about our first night. We went to Hasuki, which is the teppanyaki grill on board. Look, this gets old if you go on a lot of cruises. I go on a lot of cruises, so there are times where I like know, you know all the songs. It's all the hits. You know what's coming. But it's still a ton of fun, and especially if you sit with a group of people who are really like, it's their first time and they're really enjoying it. I love that. It's our first night tradition on board of Norwegian, and I still really enjoy Hasuki. It's a lot of fun. I recommend it. You can grab a bunch of different things. It is a fixed price. You don't pay any extra for it other than your specialty dining or whatever the cover is, and you have so much food to eat, and it is excellent. Next up, let's talk about Food Republic. Probably one of my top 3 favorite specialty dining restaurants on board any cruise ship. It is an Asian fusion concept, sushi, some Korean fried chicken, some ceviche tacos, fun desserts. With your specialty dining credit, you get 4 items each person. That is a ton of food. AJ and I went, we had 8 items. We pretty much ate 2/3 of the menu. So it's really good. You get a ton of food, and I love it there so much. There is a sushi restaurant on board the ship. It is called Nama. We did not get to eat there, but I just wanted to highlight that for you as well. So Food Republic is not the only place to get sushi or rolls on board of the ship. Next up, let's talk for just a second. We didn't eat there, but Cagney Steakhouse, very traditional steakhouse. I love the decor on Prima. It is a little more light and airy than the dark and dingy old school steakhouse, but it is really beautiful. I'm sure the food is great, just like it is on all the other ships, but we did not eat there. We also did not eat at Le Bistro, which is the French restaurant. AJ is not a fan. I love Le Bistro, but again, we just ran out of days. The restaurant is beautiful. Check it out, traditional French restaurant. We also did not eat at Onda by Scarpetta. Onda is a beautiful restaurant. We tried several times to make reservations and get in there. Alas, we were denied. Specialty dining was really crowded, so we did not make it into Onda, but it looks great. So next up, Palomar, we did make it into. This is a Mediterranean restaurant. This has kind of replaced Ocean Blue, which was a seafood restaurant. Tons of seafood here at Palomar. The food is spectacular. It's my favorite meal that we had on board this ship. It was great. I can't tell you any more than that. It was amazing. On deck 17, go check it out. And last but not least, Los Lobos, a concept that is going away on Norwegian ships. It is a Mexican restaurant. It is the most economical of the specialty dining, and it is great. We had a great time. They did tableside guac. That was excellent. Everybody there was super nice. Those are all of your food options on board of the Norwegian Prima. Let me know if you've been on Prima. Do you have a favorite? If you have not been on Prima, what are you looking forward to? What restaurant would you like to try? Let me know in the comments below. We really appreciate you watching all these videos. If you have any questions at all, feel free to pop them below or email me at jp@bitesizecruises.com, and I'm happy to answer those questions for you. Have a wonderful day, and we will see you tomorrow. Happy cruising. Bye.